my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind work backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind work backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
Hey guys, I know it's a pretty down night right now. Psych! Cause it's Taco Tuesday! What is it, Z?
Yeah. You mean like? Okay. Usually count me down.
Hello,
for a
everyone. Welcome to
whistle.
North American Production. We apologize.
I usually get a countdown. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Owlet tournament. I'm your host and play-by-play caster Rainbow. We've got an excellent match for you tonight, featuring the Outcasts versus King's Throw. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Nocturnal. How are you doing tonight, Nocturnal?
I'm doing all right, Rainbow, apart from you, who apparently decided to mess up the entire intro. But let's not get into that. Let's get into the match we have today. The Outcasts versus King's Throw. These two teams are looking to try and get wins on the board because the playoffs for the season of Owlet are coming soon. And if these two teams want to run at it, they've got to win as many matches as possible this stage in order to get any sort of chance to get into those overall playoffs.
Yeah, and so looking at that record, currently we have Outcasts who are at 3 wins and 8 losses, and King's Throw is at 2 wins and 9 losses. And the map is starting now, so we are going to be getting into Oasis. So what do you think we're gonna be seeing from these lineups?
Honestly, it is very questioning right now because King's Row, as I've known, they are not a team that plays the meta. I've talked about like how a lot of teams, how I said a lot of teams don't tend to play the meta and they end up playing the meta anyway. But King's Row is known as the meta-defining team, and they are really known for being the team that's like not willing to play Orisa Sig. On the Outcast side, I would probably expect an Orisa Sig. However, new patch changes coming soon might change that idea. So we'll see.
So, from the looks of it, it's actually King's Throw who's running the double shield, and Outcasts who aren't. So that's going to be really interesting to see how this ends up panning out. As I say that, King's Throw is switching to a Winston, so it's going to be interesting to see what actually ends up coming out of the door here. As we are seeing King's Throw slowly switch over to a dive comp as we get started here.
Yeah, most likely they were just messing around there, but it seems interesting to see both teams not run a meta composition for whatever reason, but we'll see what happens here as they head onto the point for the first fight.
Yeah, so they are getting up here. We see the Doomfist and the entirety of Kingster positioning on the high ground here, looking to jump onto the backline of the Outcast, and as they dive in, they are able to take out Chinote and Joe very quickly there, and are quickly getting the advantage in this fight. The wall comes down to block King's Throw off a little bit, trying to gain some time, but it's not going to be enough as King's Throw continues to decimate the entirety of the Outcast there.
Yeah, really good play there by King's Throw to be able to push in there and be able to claim the point. They literally were able to just push into the team with that Doomfist and that Winston, and because Winston is helpful with so many players close together, and pretty much all of Outcasts were close together, it was just maximum value. And as you can see, Alfredo already 50% to that Primal Rage.
Yeah, it's looking very good right now as we see them dive in onto the back line again. Not getting kills quite as quickly this time, in part due to Chinote's immortality field there. And we see Outcast coming out on top this time, and are able to get the kills onto Panda Chicken, and well, really the entirety of King's Throw right there, only Alfredo and Shadow standing. Nifa does go down, and the Nano comes out onto Alfredo there as kind of a last stand, trying to keep themselves alive. They have lost the point now, but we do still see Alfredo fighting, and is going to go down there. What do you think of that Nano play?
I mean, it was a good way to try and stall it out, but it wasn't enough stall. However, they did knock out the Earth Shatter, and they did knock out the Coalescence, which I feel like was the most useless ult used on the field. So, King's Throw do have a legitimate chance. However, they do have to deal with Zoe's Reaper, so it's going to be interesting to see how King's Throw approaches this with the Winston, and that's not a good start.
Yeah, Chicken already taking out Gerber there with that Doomfist, getting another kill, making a great start for King's Throw, coming back onto this point. And currently, Outcasts have gotten no kills here, and King's Throw just continues to clean up the Outcast there. This has been very interesting. It's been some very quick fights, going back and forth here.
Exactly, and that's what I'm really surprised about right now, because it seems like that once one team takes the point, they don't know how to keep it, and it seems to be a very glaring weakness. If these two teams are able to keep that point after they claim it, then they're pretty much secured for the win. But as you can see, King's Throw keep maintaining control as Outcast trying to claim.
Yeah, Outcast coming in, and they didn't contest it in time, so they just let them get away with that free capture. Simple popping off the Deadeye and taking out Chinote there, and the Grav coming out. It is not going to get any kills directly here, and looks like King's Throw is trying to recap the point, but they do still have the Moira hanging out there, but it gets taken out pretty quickly, and they are able to recap this point, but King's Throw really shouldn't have let Outcasts get away with that extra percentage there, and it could
Absolutely not. That must have been a miscommunication issue, or Chicken like misinterpreting how long it would take him to drop down his Doomfist. But nonetheless, King's Throw do hold this point, and they're heading into almost last fight territory. However, Outcasts, they are about to have some very hefty ult on the field, so we'll see if Outcasts are able to take this away, or King's Throw will take the round.
Oh, the Diva Bomb and the Nano Doomfist coming in. Chinote is taken down really early in the fight here. Losing your support's not great. Hyper Knight going down as well, but they did retaliate and take out Chicken. The Blizzard coming out from the Outcast is able to help clean up the rest of King's Throw, and they're able to actually kind of pull this out. You do still have Alfredo hanging around, which they do need to take out, but Oh, and we still have the McCree as well, but they are going to quickly clean those up and have taken the point back.
Yeah, but if you're King's Throw there, you were really happy because you were able to expend a lot of their ults. The only ult that they came out of that fight with is the Death Blossom, and they're about to have another grab, but you still have the Deadeye. You're about to have the Meteor Strike, which played such huge impact last time you took the point. So King's Throw, they're looking pretty good here to take the point back from Outcasts, and I might have cast a cursor, but I don't care, because this is going to be an intense fight.
Yeah, this has been so back and forth. It's kind of hard to see which team is on top. They're both doing so well. The grab coming out early, trying to take out some players, but Chinote goes down. Oh, and that is a lot of King's Throw players falling, especially to Joe. They're on the Reaper. Hyper Knight does get taken down, but they also take down Panda. So it looks like they're going. Outcast is going to be coming out on top of this fight, and I'm not sure that King's Throw is going to be able to touch here, and they are not. So that is the first round of Oasis going to the Outcast.
I should really stop caster cursing in my life. But yeah, that was actually a really good execution there by the Outcasts, being able to use their ults efficiently. They didn't use that Death Blossom, which seemed very interesting to me, which showed just how impactful their raw DPS and raw skill were to be able to try and win that out. So they will be able to take the first point. So now we head into Oasis Gardens. So this is actually going to be pretty interesting, because if you see, I talked about how King's Throw usually don't play the meta, but if we look on the right side, Alfredo and Panda are on the Orisa and Sigma.
Ooh, and as the timer ticks down, they're still on it, so they actually are going to be coming out of the gate with that, and they are going to be approaching the point.
Yeah, the only difference I see in terms of like playing the meta is Simple is going to be playing on that Tracer, which could be really effective against a Reinhardt and Zarya if you're able to flank behind them and be able to get some value. However, Zoe has that McCree, so it's going to be all on Zoe to be able to save the team from this Tracer. And that's
Chicken taken out early by Haze is not going. You lose that damage on the side of King's Throw, and that is two more players falling. But Hyper Knight does go down, so if you can get some crazy hero plays, they can bring it back. And as I say that, another one goes down. There's basically no chance at that point, and Shinoche does get the res onto Hyper Knight, and they get the point. And Outcast is going to be getting the point first.
And as you can see, King's Throw immediately switching off to the Orisa Sigma. They're going to a Rein Zarya and a Hanzo. And they also decided to switch up to a McCree as well. So King's Throw, they decided to take an equal approach to this. The only exception being the Hanzo instead of the Reaper. So we'll see what happens here. Is Hyper Knight already has a Shatter, by the way?
Oh, Shatter coming down doesn't really hit anyone. So they're just kind of moving in. Alfredo going down early, but Hyper Knight also going down early. No main tanks on either side. But Chinote does get the res, and Simple goes down as well, so it's looking good for the Outcasts here as they continue to push back King's Throw into the spawn room.
I definitely feel like one advantage here for the Outcast is having that Mercy, not just because of the res, but how much damage she can put out on any sort of target. Like, you can damage boost that Reaper and that Reinhardt, and pretty much you can get ults in the span of like 60 seconds, as we saw there with Hyper Knight. So I feel like this is a really smart move here by the Outcasts. King's Throw need to find a way to get rid of that Mercy.
Yeah, for sure. As you say that, they listen very directly. Simple gets that headshot to Chinote, and they're going to be pushing in here with that advantage of one healer down. Gerbert going down as well, so there's no heals for the Outcast, and they're going to be continuing to get those kills. Chicken getting a 4K overall, 5K. Chicken basically single-handedly killed the entirety of the Outcast in that fight.
Yeah, but he didn't kill the Mercy, which was pretty simple in his regard. But regardless, Outcasts are still looking strong right now because they are about to have 4 ults on the field. Meanwhile, on the side of King's Throw, they only have their support ults right now. So really, this is going to be a game of the supports. If the support ults are not used correctly, this game is over.
Shadow coming in, not getting anything again, but the Coalescence had already come out. The Death Blossom in the back, Niffa taking out 2. And continuing to take out another one. Gerber takes out Panda, and it is looking very good for the Outcast here as the Deadeye comes down to help keep them off point, I guess, as they are capping this. And there's, gonna be one last fight here. So let's see if King's Throw can pull it out with those 4 ults that they have.
Yeah, if King's Throw are able to touch and are able to get onto the point, they have an opportunity to be able to take this point back and try to fight it. It's just a matter of how many ults are they willing to use and how many can they use. That's a big grab.
The Grab Dragon coming out. 2 taken down. A good start to this fight. Let's see if they can continue to clean up and get those kills. Shadow Dragon goes down, but Shinoda goes down as well, and it looks like they are going to be continuing to get these kills and taking the point back. And that was only 2 ults used.
Yep, exactly. Kingstro has to be happy about that. You only use 2 ults in that one fight, the grab and the dragon, and you already are 25% away from another dragon. And you do have the beat, you do have the shatter. Meanwhile, on the side of Outcasts, they've got almost nothing, pretty much.
Oh, rotating around it, so they're not quite set up for this. Only the Hanzo is there to meet them as they rotate down through the tunnels. Gerber getting taken out early by Simple, though, getting another nice headshot to the supports. But Niffa takes down Simple in retaliation. Hyper Knight also going down. Both main tanks down here. And, you know, it's really quite even right now. But Psychic going down as he was trying to land that beat is not looking good for King's Throw. But Panda time gets 2 kills onto the DPS. It is going so back and forth here. But it looks like it's going to be Outcast coming out on top. As they just need to take out Simple to cap this point, but it's going to give enough time for some of the players on King's Throw to respawn and come back here to continue contesting this and not letting them recap this point. The shatter coming down, not getting anything. An amazing block from Alfredo. The grab coming out in the back line, not really getting anything it seems. I heard a Death Blossom, but no kills coming up on the kill feed. Another grab coming out on the side of Outcast, and it is looking not too good for King's Throw right now, but you do have the DPS and Moira on the field. And they definitely still do have a chance to recover here. But the Outcasts are holding it rather well, and as I say that, 2 kills come onto them. But you have the rest coming back from spawn now. The Deadeye coming out, trying to get some kills, doesn't land any. But it looks like King's Throw is getting the kills that they need onto the Outcasts, and are going to be capping that and winning this round.
Wow, King's Throw, that was a hell of a stagger. I honestly don't know what to say. That was amazing by not just like Paper and Chicken, but every single person on that team being able to stagger it out. Paper and Chicken, however, I feel like Paper, Chicken, and Simple, Panda, Chicken, and Simple. I am tired, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Panda, Simple, and Chicken definitely made huge impacts. Panda was able to stay alive for that long on a Zarya. Chicken was able to get rid of the High Noon, and I believe Simple was the one who came out on the Doomfist and was able to help out the team. So, really good performance there by Panda, Simple, Chicken as we head to Oasis University to decide the first map.
Yeah, in the starting, tank lanes are looking very similar to last map, with the Outcast on the Ryan Zarya and King's Throw on the Orisa Sigma, trying to go meta against. We'll see how it ends up this time. Hopefully they get a better start here, as Chicken already takes down Hyper Knight, so it looks like they are getting that good start. We see the Outcast on the coastline. Joe takes out Simple there, but Niffa gets taken out in return by Shadow Dragon. The kills are kind of going back and forth here, and it's a very spread out fight, with some happening on the coast and some happening on point. But Joe and Gerbert go down there to Chicken, and it looks like it's going to be King's Throw getting the kills that they need here to cap this point. I don't think we have any Outcast players remaining, and they did get that cap.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like that was a very messy fight in terms of King's Throw, but they were able to get it done. I do have to compliment Zoe and Niffa being able to go around the back and be able to pick off at least one person, but it sadly was just not enough. So King's Throw will hold the point for now. We'll see what happens.
And the Outcast has switched over to the meta. Pull coming above, trying to get someone, but didn't quite land any kills there. We see Chicken going in again, trying to get in some of that damage, as Outcast is approaching the point, pulling them up again, trying to get some kills, but again, not really getting anything. Cult licenses have come out from both sides now, and Chicken does land a kill onto Joe, the enemy Doomfist here, and we see Simple also getting killed onto Hyper Knight. The Doomfist slam comes down, takes out Haze, so it is looking like King's Throw is going to be successfully beating back this attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like Outcast's strategy there was to have Zoe go to the backline and make a ton of progress. That's why you heard me like grunting, because I thought Zoe messed up so badly that he would fall into the pit and die, basically ruining Outcast's attack. However, it didn't really work anyway. So, and that's a Graphitic Flux.
Graphitic Flux coming out, trying to get some kills onto Outcast here as they approach the point. Not quite landing any kills, but did land some damage there. Joe gets taken out by Chicken yet again. Pulls coming out from both sides. Chicken landing a huge uppercut and taking out both supports there. And it looks like it's going to be King's Throw coming out on top again and beating back that Outcast attack.
I'll tell you what, Chicken right now is playing anything but. He is absolutely aggressive and mad on this Doomfist. he is showing why he is willing to play this Doomfist, and he is doing really well at it. Zoe has actually switched over to the Pharah as last-minute protocol just to get rid of Chicken.
Yep, the beat coming in from Outcast to help them get to the point, but Psychic taking out Hyper Knight there. Simple going down as well. His kills are kind of going back and forth right now. His beats have come out from both sides now. Yeah, these kills are really just going back and forth, and it's hard to tell who's going to be coming out top. Chicken getting those kills on that Doomfist, doing such a great job. We still have Chinote on the point, trying to delay, but he ends up going down. Ball coming in. Hyper Knight trying to stall it out even more, get some time for his team, but does go down. And Nivo was trying to get to the point, but didn't quite make it.
Really good performance there by Kingstro, and I used to say they used to not play the meta. I don't even know anymore. I should just stop talking about teams that don't play the meta, because eventually they're just going to succumb to the meta. But really good performance there by Kingstro, not just on the meta, but on literally anything. So this shows
they
how
were looking good on Dive, looking good on Ramsaria, looking good on the meta. I mean, they're really showing that they're doing well right now.
Yeah, they're a very flexible team, and they have a lot of promise if they're able to use that advantage on other teams. And all of the matches, except the last one where they played the meta, were close, and that is what you like to see here in tournaments like this. That shows Kingstro are willing to compete with players, even though they're playing different sorts of teams and metas.
Yeah, and I gotta say, personally, coming into this match, I wasn't really expecting Kingstro to be doing well, because Outcast just came off of a 3-2 win, upsetting Otteroxide, which was a high middle sort of team, and getting that win, I figured they'd have a lot of good momentum coming into this, and Kingstro just coming off of a loss, which was to, let me check my notes, to Aces, which is a new team in the Majors division. So, I was expecting Outcast to really have the momentum coming in here, but Kingstro has, had such a great start here, and we'll see how it's going to carry through the rest of the maps, but it is looking very close, so really anyone can win here.
Yep, anything is possible here in the bottom of Owlet Majors. No offense to these teams. They aren't looking like they're bottom right now. They're looking like they're at the top or somewhere in the middle, but they are showing promise, and these players are also showing a lot of promise. So it is going to be interesting to see if Kingstro will be able to keep this momentum running to win, or if Outcasts are ready for revenge. Maybe we could see a map 5, we could see a 4-0, we could see a 3-1. I don't know, but all I know is this is going to be a good match.
Yeah, for sure. So, looking forward to our next map, Hanamura, I mean, what do you think is going to be some of the essential pieces that we're going to be looking at here?
I mean, we're definitely going to have to be looking at the DPS duo of Simple and Chicken. We saw Chicken dominate on Oasis University when he was playing that Doomfist. If he's able to get that much value again, then I feel like Outcasts are going to have a very rough time here on Hanamura. So I feel like if you're Outcast, try to focus on Chicken's Doomfist if he's playing that Doomfist, because he is a monster. Meanwhile, on the side of Outcast, I don't really see any sort of big threats except Nifa, who's able to flank a lot and get a lot of high-value kills. So we'll see what happens here as we head into Hanamura.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. Maybe this, the Outcast map, they're really going to bring it out here, and we get to, highlight some of those players, because I always like having players to look at on both sides. So far, no one in particular, except for Nifa a little bit, has really stood out amazingly. So I'm excited to see, kind of who's going to end up showing, how good they are coming in to these upcoming maps, and especially Hanamura.
Yeah, not every player has been doing great on Outcast. However, there have been some, bright spots, sorry. Hyper Knight has been able to build up his shatters whenever he's playing Reinhardt extremely fast, and that's probably just because of his aggressive Rein style. Hayes has been a pretty good Zarya overall, getting good value grabs and good value kills. Chinote, I cannot really complain on the main support. He's doing pretty good on that role. Gerbert is a very good Moira. Nifa's doing great on DPS, and I feel like he is really the star of his team right now, and Zoe is doing good. However, Kingstro might just be a little bit better. Speaking of Kingstro, we see them coming out with the Orisa Sigma with Chicken on the Doom. We're gonna have a fun time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so I'm so curious to see how this goes. I mean, do you see Chinote on the Lucio, which, by the way, was historically one of the only actual supports he played was the Lucio. He has since learned a lot more, but it's cool to see him on Lucio. I'm excited to see if we get to see anything special here. But we do see Panda approaching the point, kind of, but it's very slow going right now.
If you look actually back, Shadow Dragon and Psychic are standing by the spawn room? I mean, I can probably check on Psychic, or Shadow Dragon's first person. Oh, yeah, I can actually tell. He's setting up for a nade. He's setting up for a nade throw, just in case. So, if they were probably setting up on the bunker side and they had a Bastion, Shadow Dragon was probably going to throw a nade in there. Unfortunately, they were not, so it looks like Shadow Dragon is starting to move forward, but it was an interesting strat.
Oh, and the aggression comes in the wall to try to block them off, but Chicken getting 3K right now and utterly destroying the defense there. 4K coming in, and that defense was just gone in a matter of seconds, really.
Remember what I said when Shadow Dragon was trying to set up a nade? He actually did throw the nade, and it got everyone on the Outcast when they were in that gate. That requires a lot of patience and a long time to set up. Great job by King's Throw as they're moving over to a dive.
It was so slow, it just like, if you skipped ahead to like 5 seconds, it's all of a sudden all the Outcasts are dead. But yeah, so they are approaching through the high ground here. Joe trying to get in some damage as the King's Throw are going to be pushing in here. And they are on dive now, switched off the Orisa Sigma, I see. Coming in, looking to make a dive here. We do see Chicken coming in. Psychic and Chicken going down to Haze, though. You know, Haze getting a bit of those kills there. Joe going down to Panda, but it looks like, you know, King's Throw is going to have to back off a little bit and try not to get picked as they wait for their players to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the main factor there was that Zoe actually went in the backline as Reaper and started harassing Shadow Dragon on that Ana, making it so that literally, like, Shadow Dragon had to focus on the Reaper and keeping himself alive, and unfortunately he wasn't able to do that to keep everyone else alive. So, unfortunate for King's Throw. However, that's a great Mei wall bait. Now they have a chance.
Yep, coming in, the Mei is trying to freeze them out. Hibernate does get a kill onto Chicken, and they're just shooting in as they're trying to attack Nifa here on this Mei. We just see the entirety of Outcast shooting down. Nifa does go very low, but is not dead yet. However, Joe did go down. But yeah, so that is a failed attack from King's Throw, and I think, I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there, actually.
I really couldn't tell you either. I think it was just a very good isolation, and the shields weren't up properly. But then again, you can't have shields when you have a Winston, and Chicken was just caught out early by the Orisa. So, I don't really know. It's just a very confusing thing what happened, but we'll see what happens here. King's Throw pushing again.
Coming in, the Gravitic Flux coming out, a Nano Doomfist, the Beat coming out as well. Chinote going down on the Baptiste, Nifa going down as well. Chicken showing some good strength here. We see a Reaper sleeping in the back there, and Alfredo going down. But you continue to see Outcast players going down, so missing that one person from King's Throw is not going to do them too much harm as they collapse onto Hyper Knight there. The Blizzard coming out from the Outcast to help slow down this push at all, but it's not really doing a whole lot. Panda does get demeched, but ends up getting 2 kills as Baby Diva right there. Love to see it. The Deadeye coming out on the high ground doesn't connect with anyone on the Outcasts, and Outcasts are slowly holding it here, but Chicken is continuing to get these kills insanely well. Psychic getting a nice fist on Haze's face. Alfredo coming in, getting 2 kills, and it's looking very good for King's Throw right now, as they can barely get out of spawn on the side of the Outcast, and that's going to be them capping it with 2 minutes 53 seconds on the clock. That's a really good time bank.
Absolutely, and you probably heard me laughing there for a bit. It's because Shadow Dragon slept Zoe again when he was trying to get up to him. And also, I like there at the end when King's Throw finally got everyone off the point. Everyone was come back from spawn. Alfredo was able to use his Primal Rage and basically body block anyone trying to come out of right spawn door. And guess where everyone's trying to come out of to try and stall a point? right spawn door. So pretty much it secured that entire round. So really good job there by Alfredo to be able to hold it. And great job by King's Throw in general to be able to make that work, especially with the dive composition against Orisa Sig, which usually means suicide in this day and age. But King's Throw make it work.
Yeah, and along with Alfredo going to right door, and along with most of the team, because that's where Outcasts end up coming out, you also did see Chicken going to that left door, just in case anyone was smart enough to split up a little bit and to try to get to point. But yeah, so it's a very good attack, and I'm excited to see what Outcast is going to be doing to try to one-up King's Throw here, or even really match them, honestly.
Yeah, if you actually look on the side of Outcast, you see something in that third player spot. Yeah, that probably tells you what their plan is right now. Meanwhile, on the side of King's Throw, they are going to be running the Orisa Sigma, because obviously that is shown to work really well right now in terms of attacking and defending. Chicken has been a god on that Doomfist, and everyone else has just been able to support him. And again, Shadow Dragon on that Ana, which shows that they are really willing to commit to this Ana composition. And I like how they set it up, actually. I'll talk about it if I have time later.
But yes, let's see. We see them approaching the Reinhardt, trying to shield that teleport to let everyone get through, but Chinote going down early there, and the teleport did seem to get destroyed very quickly by the King's Throw on the other side of the teleporter, actually, the one that touches point. So they are kind of posturing a little bit, waiting for Chinote to get back from spawn, trying to, continue to put in some damage, keep up that pressure. Chicken coming in, trying to get some nice damage in there, get a kill, but he does get taken out by Joe, which is going to give Outcast an opportunity to push in here. With Chicken gone, that's a lot of DPS lost. Psychic also going down, and it's looking good for the Outcast on this attack right now. As they continue to push forward here, continue to take out both of the tanks. You only really have Simple left on the point right now, and it looks like they are going to be taking it. I'm not thinking a recontest is going to happen here.
No, I don't think a recontest is going to happen at all. And really the main problem there was, as we see Psychic actually going recontest and defend it out. The main problem there was Chicken got stuck on the other side of the wall, and pretty much if you're stuck on the outside of the wall, you can pretty much say goodbye to your entire life. You're not getting it back. However, now Outcasts do have 5 minutes, and they're coming in on the right side to be able to push on the point.
Yep, coming in here, Chicken trying to get in a lot of that damage in. Shadow trying to get the kill onto Nefa. Someone getting kill onto Hyper Knight. So that's 3 down for the Outcast on this attack. It looks like it's not going to be them rolling in here and just taking this with ease. They're going to be going back to spawn. It is King's Throw getting that initial defense going.
Shadow Dragon is putting everyone to sleep.
Chicken,
oh no!
Chicken just fell off the earth. He tried to do a nice slam and just went a bit too far, I think.
Yeah, I think if you're Outcast right now, you gotta push in fast. But really, the big thing there was Chinote was actually slept by Shadow Dragon, and was able to be Meteor Strike by Chicken. So once again, good coordination. That's not
shield
good.
coming out, the shield coming out. They does get a big slam. Hibernite taking out Simple, but Chinote is down inside the Outcast. The Gravitic Flux coming out from King's Throw. Looks like they're putting in a lot of damage here, and they are able to clear Nifa and Haze off of that. But Chicken goes down, Hyper Knight, Joe getting kill onto Alfredo. It's, not only horrible, but as I say that, 3 more kills coming on to Outcast, and it is going to be King's Throw defending this point here.
Yeah, that was just poor execution, I think, from Outcast. They did use the Photon Barrier. They used Shatter. None of it got value, really. The Shatter did what's good. It did get Simple, but you didn't get some of the most important targets with that. So now it's back to the drawing board. They are switching off the Symmetra to a Hanzo. However, they are staying on that Reinhardt, and I saw a Hyper Knight switch back to Orisa, and then switch to the Rein. So I don't even know if Outcast is sure of what's going to go on, but we'll see. It's Simple!
Coming in with that Death Blossom, doesn't get anything, and the Gravitic Flux comes out. It's almost like they were expecting it there. Both the DPS going down is a good start, which means that because they're not going to be losing their players very quickly, and they continue to get these kills that they need. It's looking very good for the Outcast here. They already have a tick coming up on a second one, and it's looking pretty good. We do get the Tracer touching, Simple coming in, but the Death Blossom coming out to try to clear them off the point. Chicken trying to make a defense, but Joe takes him out pretty easily there. They are going to be contesting on this point with a smidge of time left, but the second anyone leaves this point on the side of King's Throat, it's going to be done. Shadow Dragon does get a kill onto Nifa, but it's doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. The Wrecking Ball trying to contest, the Doomfist coming in, but they are not getting any kills that they need to. And Outcast is just cleaning them up one by one, having very good focus here, and they are going to cap it with, let me do my math here real quick, about 13 seconds more, so it's very, very close.
I should just stop talking about players. I mean, I said simple so loud, like, oh wow, he's gonna make the big play of the game. And then he dies immediately and gets nothing.
It's like you're speaking directly into the ears of the players.
It's like I'm literally speaking against the players whenever I mention their name, or the teams. But, really good play there by the Outcasts nonetheless. They were able to use their ults and their abilities to their advantage, and were able to take the point. And Simple, sadly, was just not able to get that much value on the Reaper. However, we are going to be seeing now King's Throw on the attack again. Is that a Torbjorn walking out of spawn and actually being run, I see?
Oh boy, I can't wait. Let's see how this goes. I have a feeling that this defense is going to get destroyed rather quickly again. But I think it's definitely possible that, you know, they actually put up a slightly longer defense. But so far, we've seen that both these teams aren't necessarily the best in terms of defense. They're both really good at attacking, but the defense seems to be slightly short. So let's see if they can hold this for more than, you know, 0 fights.
Yeah, and actually, if you look, Outcasts are actually set up on the point, just so Shadow Dragon cannot get that nade hit again. So this is actually a very smart strategy here from the Outcasts. It does mean that you lose so much real estate, but you don't get hit by that nade and lose the fight immediately. So we'll see what happens here with the Outcasts as the King's Throw start pushing in.
Yep, King's Throw coming in, Chicken getting some nice punches in, but Psychic going down early for the King's Throw to Zhou, who's in that back line trying to put in that damage, but he ends up getting down there, and it's going to be King's Throw continuing to push in here. Chicken getting a kill onto Haze, onto Hyper Knight, and that's both of the tanks down. At this point, Outcast really just trying to stall for time, whittle that time off the clock. Chinote trying to keep there on the loose here. He does eventually get taken down. And as it's been tradition on the first point so far, 0 fights get 1 for defense.
Zoe is actually coming to stall a bit, and he's dead. I should just stop. Anyway, good attack there by King's Throw, and they did get a lot of value. They have the Nano, and they're about to have the Meteor Strike. And remember last time they were able to take point B. They had a Nano, and they had a Meteor Strike, and they were able to get a lot of value. So this could be a very quick point B cap if King's Throw used these 2 ults correctly.
Yeah, Simple trying to draw attention to point a little bit. The rest of the team coming in, they're going to be, well, the Diva dived in, but looks like the Winston didn't quite make it. Simple going down to Gerbert. This attack is looking very messy. They seem to be just trying to get out of there at this point.
Yeah, just the early loss there on this, I believe it was Simple who died first. Let me check. Oh yeah, and that's gonna take a while. Panda was actually out of the mech. But yeah, that early death there with Simple pretty much ruined that entire attack. However, they still have a minute. They pretty much only have 1 full team fight to be able to take this, and they have now 3 ults on the field with the Death Blossom, the Meteor Strike, and the Nano Boost. Psychic just barely survived there to what I assume was Zoe. But now we're probably going to be seeing King's Throw push in. They have 1 minute to be able to get at least 1 tick on point B.
Yep, coming in. Panda kind of going in early, but the Nano onto Chicken. They are going to be fully diving in onto that defense there. And Chicken getting a nice 2k in that stairwell there. But some kills have come on to King's Throw. But it looks like they are getting the advantage here as they continue to take out the Outcast players. Hayes, the only one really still surviving right now. I heard a Gravity Flux come out somewhere, but I didn't see it actually land. Hayes actually died to himself there, but we do see the Molten Core came out from Nifa, is able to take out Alfredo, but these kills are kind of going back and forth, but still looks the advantage to the Outcast because King's Throw is barely touching here. Or no, I'm sorry, I got mixed up on which side was defending.
Yeah,
okay.
Outcasts actually were able to take it back, and this means King's Throw need 1 more opportunity to push. They are at the gate though, so it's going to be close. If they're able to touch, and they probably should be able to get that second tick. but it's unknown right now. Alfredo's jumping in.
And they were able to touch in time, and the Res Kings are coming in, but Zoe is trying to keep them at bay with the Death Blossom, is able to take Panda out of the mech, which is a good start for this defense here. Chicken coming and trying to get these kills. Shadow Dragon does get taken down. Chicken takes down Gerbert though. So it is looking fairly even right now, but Joe's able to take out Panda, and I mean, defense does have the advantage to taking out his counterpart on Psychic. Simple getting a nice 2K though with that Death Blossom, but it looks like it's going to be Outcast holding here as I say that. Chicken comes in and immediately gets a kill onto Joe. Slams coming in, trying to get a kill, but is taken down, and that's going to be the end of that attack. And we are going to be going over to see Outcast attack.
Damn, and that was actually a lot of good execution there by King's Throw. Not just on that push, but on the last push. You said that Hayes, you thought you heard a graphitic flux from Hayes. He was actually canceled out of it the second it happened with Chicken's punch. Also, Zoe's Death Blossom was eaten up entirely by Panda. There were a lot of big plays. However, King's Throw was just not able to act on all of them, and sadly, they lost that point. They were so close, though, to getting that second tick. Chicken almost got Hyper Knight on that Orisa, so one kill could have turned the entire tide of that fight. But regardless, we are going to be seeing Outcast now in the attack, and King's Throw on their final defense here on Hanamura. And as we can see again, Nippa is back on that Symmetra on the side of Outcast. But King's Throw decided to change it up a bit. Simple is now on the Junkrat.
Yes, I think I've seen Simple on the Junkrat a couple times. He is doing fairly well. So I'm curious to see how this goes, but Outcast needs to basically get a full cap onto second point. I think they need at like slightly less than 2 ticks. But yeah, and that is presuming to get through first point, which I'm kind of expecting them to. So let's see how King's Throw does. See if they can win one fight here on first point.
Yeah, we'll see. And Chicken is actually hiding in their back line on the bridge, so we'll see how much value he's able to get with this Doomfist as he comes shooting in.
Yep, Outcast pushing in now. No kills happening so far. As I say that, Zoe takes out Psychic. Panda going down as well. It's looking good for this attack so far. You do have Hyper Knight and Nipha going down on the side of Outcast, but I think it's definitely still on their side right now as Simple goes down, and it looks like they're going to be capping this. Only need to take out Shadow Dragon, and first point is basically theirs. Unless some miracle contest wants to happen, but I don't think it will be.
No, everyone's too far away back in spawn, but that was just... I'm pretty sure what King's Throw thought was that, oh, they're going to be teleporting in. Nipha pretty much threw a bomb on them and decided not to do that and just stick with the rest of the team, unless I missed a TP. But regardless, Outcasts need 1 tick and a half in order to claim this victory.
Yep.
Will they be able to do it?
A lot of that spam damage coming down, and Nipha does get taken down by Panda's rockets there. But they're moving on to point. Hayes going down early here, and it's looking like Outcast just going to be backing out here. Get them back respawn. Don't waste any time on continuing that tag.
Yeah, and I feel like the biggest loss here is Zoe, because if someone finds out Zoe is basically right behind King's Throw, Outcasts are going to be done for. Unless they're able to bring it back some way.
He does still have Fate, which would help him get out of there, but it is kind of wasting that resource. They're going to be going in through main. Again, Joe is going to be coming in through his backline onto Shadow Dragon. The Riptire coming out is able to take out Hyper Knight. Not a great start to this fight, but Joe is able to take out Shadow Dragon on that high ground, coming in from the back there. Meteor Strike coming down from Chicken. Doesn't quite get anyone, but Hayes is taken down by Simple there. And Gerbert going down as well. Looks like this is going to be the end of Outcast's attack again. But as I say that, they get 2 kills. 3 kills. Never mind, it's looking pretty good. The Nano comes down onto Alfredo. Try to make a last stand here. Prevent them from getting any more kills. And doesn't quite get any kills, but does live. As I say that, going down. Shadow Dragon going down as well. But you have the rest of the people coming out from spawn. Slam coming down is able to take out Panda. And the window coming out, trying to get some damage onto point, but Outcast is looking very good as they continue to get these kills that they need, and it looks like they are going to be taking it, but a couple people touching at the last minute, they should be able to clean them up fairly quickly. That'll help some coming out, and they have capped it. So that is Outcast winning our second map here.
I gotta say, the most impactful move of that entire game was Zoe going right behind Shadow Dragon. Shadow Dragon didn't know. None of King's Crew knew that he was over there. And he just decimated him. Here's that good
Oh, look at
anti-nade
this
that I was
play.
talking about.
And look at all the tech Chicken is using shows, how much time he's probably spent on this Doomfist and why, Chicken's been running it constantly. He's very good at it and clearly knows the hero very well.
Absolutely. Chicken is dominating right now on this Doomfist, and that is not an understatement at all. He has been, destroying the Outcast whenever he's running it. However, it seemed like the Outcasts are starting to find this weakness now because we saw Chicken run that Doomfist a lot, yet he was not getting enough value. So maybe the Outcasts are starting to develop that counter to Chicken's Doomfist.
Yeah, and I also think just as we were starting to see Shadow Dragon shine a little bit on the side of King's Throw, they are immediately, Joe's on him trying to shut him down. So I think that, as soon as that little light was showing and you could really see Shadow Dragon doing well, it's kind of immediately dashed. Along with the ways they've been working to counter Chicken.
Yeah, I definitely do feel like that. And also, there are some things that are not working out too well here for both teams, but they are able to iron them out pretty quickly. We saw Outcast having trouble with trying to combat Chicken's Doomfist. It is starting to get better, but now, how do Kingstar respond to that? Do they respond with some sort of wacky composition like they're most likely known for? Or do they respond with some sort of swap? Hint, hint.
Yeah, some swaps are coming in. We see Kirk coming in for Psychic and Len coming in for Simple. And I was just looking at the current playtime so far this stage. And let me just check those real quick. I'm trying to find the right team. Okay. Len and Kirk have both not played so far this stage. So they are seemingly substitutes. I don't know. I'm not trying to make any assumptions here, but they are seemingly substitutes coming in. So I think they're trying to see if maybe bringing in these other players is going to work out for them against the Outcasts.
I do feel like subbing out Psychic is a wrong move though, because Psychic has been doing pretty good on that main support slot. However, he has been doing good unless we actually do see a lot of improvement from Kirk. But regardless, I don't feel like this is the right option unless it's a map dependent thing or it's just Psychic not knowing a certain hero. Like, we saw Chai Note on the Mercy and the Lucio, but we've only seen Psychic on the Lucio. Maybe he doesn't know Mercy. Maybe he doesn't know a specific hero that they want to play. So maybe they're bringing Kirk one because of that. And same might go for Simple and Len, or it's probably just Simple and needs to go somewhere or something. But regardless, it's going to be interesting to see this different look here from King's Throw.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how it's going to be working out. And we are going to be going to King's Throw's namesake of King's Row in our third map. So it is currently 1-1. So it's very much any team's game right now. I struggle to really give either team a huge advantage here. I think it's very possible for either of them to winning because sometimes you have a 1-1, but it's one was dominant, one was close, and it's really hard to tell right now. I do not have a prediction at halftime right now.
We don't have a prediction here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time that we're legitimately stumped on who the hell is going to win this game. Sorry, copyright. But anyway, it's really going to be interesting because we've seen Kingstro go for a really aggressive style with the Reinhardt Zarya sometimes, but Outcast, we've seen them on Ryan Zarya more than Kingstro. So maybe this map, King's Row, might not play for that aggressive style, or it might play for that aggressive style. So you never know what's going to happen here. And any comp can pretty much be run on King's Row and be able to work. You can have Lucios, you can have Moiras, you can have Mercies, you can have Baps. You can have anything you wish, as long as it works.
Yeah, because King's Row is a heavily experimental kind of map, along with like Route 66 and others. But so it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to be running here, because Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, there is a reason why this map is usually called Scrims Row in the competitive scene. Just because everyone likes to scrim on it, everyone likes to practice on it. It's such an easy map in terms of hybrids. So in order to practice, so it really is just sort of an experimental ground, and you can literally see anything here from Rhine Zarya to Hog Zarya. But regardless, we are going to hopefully be seeing something different here from Outcasts or King's Throw as the comps are being revealed. Again, take the attacking team with a side of Salt, which is the Outcasts now. But King's Throw.
I was gonna say it's hard to see anything new, and they've played a lot of different things. But as I say that, they do bring out the Orisa Hog, so you know, I'm excited to see how this is gonna go for them because we don't see a lot of Orisa Hog anymore. So I'm curious to see. I'm just very curious. I'm a very curious person. I've said that word like 50 times this match. But yeah, we are going to be getting started here and seeing the Rhine Zarya and a Widow, which I'm guessing is going to be switching after you know, a couple shots trying to get someone.
Yeah, most likely. This Hog is a very interesting pick because usually in the Orisa Sigma meta, Hog's pretty useless because he cannot break through those shields. But however, in a Rhine Zarya meta, Hog can still be very stable. So it's going to be interesting to see how King's Throw uses Hog.
Yeah, important to note that Joe has not yet switched off that Widow and is still there and is out by Theater. We do see King's Throw backing up a little bit, giving them some space, and the charge comes in from Hyper Knight, but the Immortality Field being placed expertly by Shadow Dragon, and they're able to take out Hyper Knight. So it's looking very good for King's Throw on this defense right now.
Yeah, definitely really good here for King's Throw, but I also want to point out something. If we look at the ults at the top of the screen, Shadow Dragon already has his Amp Matrix, and it's not even a minute into the entire match. That shows how effective his Matisse is being in terms of healing, and so effective, in fact, that Nifa has actually switched out to the Reaper.
Oh, rotating out through Hotel. Panda nearly caught out. The Immortality Field coming down is the only thing that saved them, but only for a couple seconds as Shaken and Len do go down there. Panda following suit very quickly, and it's looking very good for the Outcasts right now with that Nano Rhine just scaring the entirety of King's Throw into just falling over and dying. Or it's called murder, who knows. But they have captured Point A. I mean, they're working on it, but I don't think we're going to see a contest coming in.
You know, I said that Shadow Dragon had his Amp Matrix up so fast. I forgot Hyper Knight is a literal and builds up his shatters in like 5 seconds.
Yes, and we do
he's literally
see Shadow Dragon on the Ana here. Hyper Knight going very aggressive again, but it does get punished this time. Shinote also going down, and so it's going to be Outcast just trying to back up to the cart now, just trying to maintain some semblance of control, but Kingster is not really going to let that exist and is scaring them off the cart a little bit. But they're backing up a bit far, in my opinion, back to this corner, and kind of letting Outcast take some space.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this is a weak defense here from King's Throw in terms of like trying to keep themselves in contention here, because now you're giving a lot of nevermind.
Oh, Shinote goes down to Len. Len getting that nice snipe, kind of showing why he was brought in a bit here. And we do see, I think King's is a bit scared of that Widow, despite I don't think Widow's gotten a lot of kills so far. But they're kind of just holding around this corner, not really peeking at all. And just two Ryans kind of posturing at each other, but the grab coming in on the back line, the beat coming down to help defend them. And we do see Hyper Knight charging in, trying to get that damage. Shadow Dragon goes down, but she can gets kill into Joe. But it's looking very good right now, but the slam and the grab coming down is able to take out two, but Nif in the back taking out Len with the Death Blossom. And it's looking like the Outcasts might be continuing to move here, but there's very few players left on either side, really. So they are going backing up on the side of the Outcasts. And we do see Joe switching over to the Sombra.
Outcasts, if you use 4 ults and can't effectively win the team fight, that's not good. You need to be able to use your ults effectively and be able to get those big things.
Oh, Alfredo hack to Alfredo. Chicken is able to take out Hayes though, and Alfredo is able to fight through that hack and get 2 nice kills there. Chicken does go down, but King's Throw have won the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Alfredo, he didn't need to bother about being hacked. He could literally just hold M1, keep swinging his hammer, and be perfectly fine. Because Shadow Dragon and Kirk were doing really good on that healing. So, really good job there by the healers of Kingstro to be able to keep Alfredo alive. And meanwhile, speaking of Kingstro, they have the Dragon Strike and the Earth Shatter online, and they're about to have a nano boost depending on how fast Shadow Dragon can heal.
Yep, coming in aggressive as per usual. Nifa able to take out Kirk in the back line there. And the dragons coming out aren't really able to get anyone because they're a bit too far back. Hint is able to take out Nifa there. And the shatter coming down is shattered nearly the entirety of King's Throw, but the shatter coming back is able to also do the same, and they're able to get a lot more kills off of it. Panda doing a very good job on that Zarya as well.
I love seeing Ryan Shatters at the time of day. It's really fun seeing the hecticness of all these Ryan Shatters. And a lot of them are getting a lot of value. Alfredo's and Hyper Knights both had great Shatters, but it was just Alfredo was able to make it more effective.
It looks like Joe's gonna be spawn camping Shadow Dragon a little bit. Shadow Dragon getting hacked, trying to take her down. But as we go back to the main fight, a beat coming down to help stop it, or help attack on a grab. It looks like Panda is able to take out Nifa, and it's looking good so far for Kingstow's defense. But Outcasts coming back is able to take out 2 kills, but Joe going down to Panda there. And it looks like they are going to be able to maintain. Panda going very aggressive here, getting these kills that they need. And looking very good. Len backing up with those nice shots with that Hanzo, able to take out Gerbert, and it looks like they're going to be backing up, not biting off more than they can chew.
Yeah, I have to say a really good job there by Shadow Dragon to avoid Zoe even after being hacked. That is an Ana level play, a top Ana level play. He wasn't able to kill Zoe, which would have been even better, but still was able to survive and be able to heal up the team. So really good job there by Shadow Dragon. However, Zoe does have the EMP, so we'll see if Zoe can get a lot of value here, or Kingstrom can able to avoid it.
Yep, the Dragon's coming out from a nice off angle here for Kingstrom, but isn't really able to get anyone. But we do see the Deadeye coming out from Chicken, who is now on the McCree, is able to take out 2, Hyper Knight and Chinote. I feel like the EMP there may have been a bit off, as you already lost 2 essential pieces, and Chicken's just able to take out both Joe and Nifa. I feel like they kind of wasted that all.
I have to say, really good coordination there by Alfredo and Chicken. Alfredo was actually able to charge away Hyper Knight's shield just so Chicken could get that Deadeye off, and it pretty much secured the fight. Now, Outcasts have 10 seconds left, 3 ults on the board, and it's unlikely they'll be able to cap point B. I might have capped the curse, never mind, I did.
Shatter coming down onto the Nano to Ryan. The Nano Ryan trying to counter Shatter back, but too much has been lost already. But Nifa at the back getting a 3K with the Death Blossom. The beat coming out to help them survive through this fight after those kills have come down, and it's looking decent for King's Throw as they continue to get these kills. Nifa, the only one standing, is able to take out Alfredo, but you will slowly see people coming back from spawn. It's actually going to be a while. The Wrecking Ball just trying to hold on here, keep it in overtime, waiting for the team to come back. And as we see that the Ryan is back now, the Moira is back, which is looking very good. But Kingster is going to be trying to come in and contest here with this grab, trying to get these kills coming in. He's able to take out Hyper Knight, looking to take out the rest. Chicken getting another 2K onto both of the supports for the Outcasts, and Chicken getting a 4K right at the end there. This is beautiful.
That was a 5K actually from Chicken. Holy, this man is popping on this match, and he is bringing Kingstrom to this victory no matter what it takes, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness.
Yeah, Chicken is like, I wouldn't say quite carrying, because there's a lot of great players like King's Throw, but it's like, in a sort of way, he kind of is, just he's getting so many kills. But, I mean, he is getting a lot of support from his team, which is enabling him to do so well.
Absolutely. I have to say that Chicken is doing good, but only because of the support from his team. The ability to be able to get these clutch plays to bring them to victory. So, really good job by Chicken and everyone on the side of King's Throw, as now they are on the attack to try and get at least a point B.
Yeah, so it looks like for the defense, the Outcast is going to be running some nice meta going on here with that Orisa Sig, May Reaper, and Baptiste Moira.
Yeah, we kind of expected it, but what are you gonna do? This is a weird meta right now. Speaking of weird meta, King's Throw. They have a Sombra right now, which I don't know if that's legitimate or if Len's just messing with us. So we'll see if.
I would not be surprised if it was legitimate. Summer's definitely something that can work very well.
Absolutely, and definitely in Hack Fist. This is literally the Hack Fist combination they're running right. So we've seen this worked in the past, like in terms of high level play, but will it work here? That is the question.
Yeah, coming out here, we do see Len continuing on that Sombra. They should know Sombra's there right now, as they just saw the Translocator coming out. But they don't know quite where she is, but they do now know to spy check a little bit. But yeah, we do see King's Throw slowly approaching here. Chicken coming in, getting a big boop, and we do see a huge nade that came down onto all of them. Is able to just clean them up very quickly, but Joe and Never not going down without a fight are able to take out two, but it's not going to be enough to hold that out.
I should be calling Shadow Dragon ML7 from point on because he's been getting so many good nades on this game. In this game, it has been crazy. The Hanamura game, this King's Row game, all of them have been great nade setups, and I really gotta compliment Shadow Dragon because of that. Really good job.
Yeah, it's very impressive, the nades that's been coming down as they continue to get aggressive on King's Throw, trying to beat back the Outcasts. I believe it's Anna sitting on the cart right now, but Alfredo goes down. It's not looking super good so far. So they are kind of just backing up to point a little bit, hiding behind cart. Is Outcast is getting rather aggressive, standing up onto point, and nade comes down onto them. And Joe does get a kill onto Lem, but Chicken comes in and gets Janot in the back line. And it's looking, like Kingstone is going to get aggressive here, and they get a nice shatter and are able to get those kills off of it. Just need to take out Hyper Knight, but Hyper Knight's taking out both of the tanks right there. They are able to take Hyper Knight down, but it's, it did some damage before he left. And are able to take out Joe's, trying to keep up the card a little bit.
Yeah, it really was just a good ignition there side of King's Throw, and they're gonna have 2-3 big ults on the field here. The Meteor Strike, the EMP, and the Nano Boost. So we'll see if they're able to use all three of these ults effectively as they are rounding the final corner to claim King's Row for their own.
Yeah, the Coalescence coming out, the Nano coming on to Chicken, the EMP coming out. Chicken's able to take out Gerbert, takes out Nippa, but the Death Blossom onto them is able to get both of their supports. But they did get a lot of kills right there, but missing those supports is very scary because you no longer have the healing except for the cart, but they are going to be pushing forward, and it looks like the Outcasts do not have anyone to contest, and they are going to be capping it. So that is going to be King's Throw taking another point here. So far it's been King's Throw, it's been Outcasts, it's been King's Throw. So it's, it's very close right now, and both of these teams are really so good.
This is probably going to be that 5K that I screamed of at the end of the... It is, you can see, it is definitely the 5K. Alright, now I'm gonna disrespect him for using Fan the Hammer there, but it was a right on, whatever.
I gotta say, I don't save a lot of highlights from games that cast, but Chicken's been impressing me so much, I've saved all of the play of the games from him. But so, yeah it's been insane, honestly. And look at that healing from Shadow Dragon. I'm not sure if Stream can see it, but it is 32% of the team damage taken or something. It is a really high number. So Shadow Dragon is doing an amazing job.
Healing. I mean, most of that was on the Batista in the first round, which did so much healing that he got an Ant Matrix in 30 seconds. But still, that is an absurd amount of healing for someone playing Ana majority of the time. So really good job there by Shadow Dragon. And King's Throw, they are looking on the positive end here, as they are one map away from taking this. However, Outcast could bring this to a map 5, which would be a very, very big thing here.
Yeah, and as, if we look at the record, on Sunday, Outcast went to a map 5 versus Otter Oxide. So, and that was reportedly a very close game as well. And they're switching sides again, so I have to switch my nice post-it notes so I can keep track of both these teams so I don't sound like an idiot. And so maybe Outcast is going to be going to map 5 again. Maybe that's going to be their new thing, is Outcast always going to map 5s, always having extremely close games. So I'm so
The only Outcasts, ladies and gentlemen. We gave you your name. We hope you associate yourselves with it. If no one gets the reference, Los Angeles Valiant Stage 1, they mostly went into map 5s. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Overwatch League history. Let's talk about the Owlet game right now. It's really been interesting how these teams have been able to adapt to each other's strategies. We said earlier how Outcasts were able to adapt to King's Throw's Doomfist. The next match, Chicken was playing no Doomfist at all. He was playing McCree all that entire time. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Chicken. It's gonna be interesting to see how Outcast will respond to this now.
Yeah, I mean, Chicken really showing how multi talented he really is. I mean, popping off on the Doomfist. It's scary, and normally you don't have two heroes that look like that, but then he brought up the McCree, which was also incredibly scary and was doing such a great job on it. So, I mean, yeah, Chicken's looking so good, and I would not be surprised if he was the next person to graduate, honestly, because he's just looking so good.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks like a top level player, and I could see him dominating if he's not dealt with properly. However, we are almost heading into our final map here, the fourth map before, if we get a map 5. And King's Throw has made a very interesting swap. We talked about how Panda and Chicken were doing good on their respective roles of off tank and DPS.
Okay, we're gonna go to a quick break here before map 4, but so make sure to keep watching, because it's such a good game.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. I remember you.
Welcome back. Currently, it is Outcast versus King's Throw, and King's Throw is up 2-1 versus the Outcast, but this has been an insanely close game. But before we hop back into talking about this, I have some insane news from another game going on. Autoroxide beat No 4-0, apparently. So that's
So-
exciting. And keep
So
in
we're
mind,
saying,
yeah, because remember, Outcast beat OO on Sunday. So, yeah.
so you're saying that there is a chance that King's Throw could be better than No.
If they win this by transitive properties, yes.
We'll have to find out later in the season. But as I was saying earlier, before we cut to break, we talked about how Panda and Chicken were doing good on their roles of tank and DPS respectively. They've switched. Chicken is now on the tank, and Panda is playing the DPS.
I
So
think King's
this
Throw wants to see a map 5 as much as we do.
Let's hope, because this is a very interesting switch, and maybe because Panda might know a DPS hero that Chicken may not know, and they probably don't have a sub in order to fill in that missing slot, but we don't know. So we'll see what happens here with King's Throw on the attack. However, on the defense, the Outcasts, they're holding extremely close.
Yeah, I always love to see aggressive holds on these escort maps like Junkertown. So I'm very excited to see how this goes here, and I think it can go very well if they pull this off very coordinated. But let's see how they're spotting it out, and we see the attack coming out from the Outcast coming in, trying to get these kills. No kills coming out yet, and we do see Shadow Dragon up on that high perch where it usually is. Hyper Knight getting that kill onto Alfredo, so far it's looking good for the Outcasts. As I say that, Hyper Knight goes down, but they are able to take out Panda, but losing that main tank, and it's such a long walk back from spawn. Outcasts probably gonna need to back up and take a less aggressive hold right now. But they are able to take out Len. They are getting these kills they need, however slow it is. But they only lost Hyper Knight so far, so they are able to maintain some of this ground as they take out Alfredo again, and they're doing surprisingly well for having lost their main tank.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're King's Throw, you gotta first off hope that mine works, which it doesn't.
Yeah,
and secondly, you gotta find something.
Oh, Hyper Knight's back.
and you
Oh,
found
but
something.
Note goes down. Oh, this is not looking good, but they've survived this before. As Joe goes down, they probably aren't going to survive this now. Len was in the back lane, shooting into their back right there. Hayes getting 2 kills right there. So they may be able to recover this, but as Hyper Knight goes down, I keep saying I think they're going to have to back up, but then they don't back up and they just keep fighting. They really are just kind of sticking to this and refusing to kind of lose there, but eventually all good things must come to an end, and they are going to be coming back from spawn. Panda kind of getting those picks off onto them as they try to escape, and yeah, they're just kind of continuously getting these staggers. Outcasts, you see Hyper Knight just kind of running back away from that tunnel. So they're going to be regrouping coming back in here.
Yeah, I felt like really there it just took Chicken and Panda a little while to actually get associated on the roles. We're just going to assume that. But really, Outcast had a really good, full hold there. However, it just fell short at some point or another when Len was able to get some big picks. That's a big dragon.
Yeah, 2 ults coming out, the Supercharger and the Dragons, along with the beat, I think, from both sides there.
Yes.
Which I'm surprised they actually already had. I wasn't paying too much attention. Hyper Knight is still sticking on this point with King's Throw all around, does eventually get taken down, and, Outcast is going to have to be backing up here. They were very spread in that attack, so I think that was kind of what led to their downfall, is how spread out they were.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see Gerbert is actually willing to contest this for now, as the rest of the team is starting to run back. Zoe does have that.
Oh, the Blizzard coming out, that's why they were contesting so hard, but they don't really capture anyone with it. So that's very unfortunate. Joe is able to get a pick on the Shadow Brim, and if it goes down, Joe goes down. And you know, as they continue to fall on the side of the Outcasts, it looks like they will eventually be losing this fight, and Kingstar is going to be capturing point A.
Yeah, if you're Outcast right now, you need to find a solution to this. You cannot be having this happen to you. You are being pretty much demolished by two people who are off rolling right now. At least that's what I'm going to assume, unless I don't read these player biographies, which I've totally. Why would I?
Oh no,
not do
Panda's
that?
definitely an off tank, and Chicken clearly a very good DPS. So I mean, they're definitely playing off rolls right now. So I mean, Outcast got to feel a little bit bad by losing to this right now.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
they
But
did
they
get a pick
are
off under Panda there, so it's maybe getting a good start to this upcoming team fight.
Yeah, absolutely, and I feel like it is still possible because of that Reaper. Nifa is
Nano
making a
coming
lot
down.
of impact, and he's dead.
Yeah, but he's dead to Panda. Panda got that revenge. They had that Nano come down onto the wrecking ball, weren't able to really get anything out of it. Joe giving a kill onto Alfredo, though, is going to be the start of them recovering here. Gravitic Flux coming out, is able to capture both Panda and Shadow Dragon. Shadow Dragon dies. Panda is running for his dear life, as Chicken does knock Hyper Knight into those mines, taking him out there. But Chicken's kind of got to get out, because they're not going to be winning this fight right now. Jote does go down to Len. Oh, and as I say that, the rest of the team is coming back in, and they might be able to recover this. And we see the Primal Rage coming out, bullying Joe super hard there, and is able to take him out as well. Hayes does get a kill onto Alfredo, so it's both teams are just kind of very much sticking to this. I hear a Death Blossom in the background, not getting it. Oh, never did take out Kirk though. So it looks like it is going to be the Outcast staying here, and King's Throw finally losing that fight, and Joe takes out Panda, just, you know, for fun, right there.
Why not? Just flex them a little bit. But yeah, this is really proving to be messy. Really messy here from both sides. And somehow they're making it work. And that might be a good Dragon Strike.
Yep, the Dragons coming in don't really quite catch anyone. Viral separate the team a little bit. Joe does get a kill onto Len. And we do see the beats coming out from both sides yet again. Alfredo going down, though, to Nifa. And Kirk going down to Gerber. It's not looking good for King's Throw so far. And Outcast is continuing to hold this, I think. But as I say that, 2 kills come down onto the Outcast from Panda and Chicken. Taking out Hayes, important player. Gerber does take down Chicken, though. And it looks like it's going to be the Outcast continuing to hold a bit longer, as you don't really have anyone much left on King's Throw right now. They are going to be coming back to spawn. Alfredo gets taken down. Not a good starting pick for, you know, King's Throw on this attack.
Alfredo has decided to go over to the Reinhardt, actually, and I feel like this is just a point where King's Throw needs to just group up, stop going in alone, and as I say that, Panda goes in alone and kills Diva, so now it's time to push.
Yep, that good initial pick taking away some of their damage. The mines in the back. Hypernet gets taken down by Kirk. Chicken takes down Hayes, and it's looking good. King's Throw is gonna be winning this fight. Shinichi does take out Lem, but it's not gonna be enough. And they are gonna be continuing to push through here, and maybe coming up and capturing point B. I don't think we're gonna see
like
much of a
capture for
contest.
point B. Nifa is the closest to contesting, and it looks like he's actually running out to contest right now, so we'll see.
Yep, coming in, getting this contest. Doesn't look like they have any ult to use on the side of the Outcast. They're not going to be using that, but they are going to be using their raw manpower to come in and try to contest this and try to prevent them from capturing it, but Len is going to be shredding it and is not going to let them take this point B cap away from them, and they are going to be rolling on to point C now.
I feel like that main reason the push did not work there was because Chicken was able to go back and through the tunnel and knock away any of the Outcasts trying to go through that tunnel and make it so it took him longer to get to the point. Meaning Nifa could not get the protection he needed, he couldn't get the support to get the Death Blossom, and pretty much Outcast lost.
Yep, so we are going to be seeing them come through here. The defense nice and set up for the Outcast. Zoe already getting a pick on Panda. The Coalition's coming out from King's Throw, though, on this attack. The Dragons and the Shadow coming out. So many ults getting thrown down, and it's working. They get so many kills there in a complete team wipe.
Len and Alfredo use that combo perfectly and were able to get that team wipe. Great job there by Kingstro. However, there is still hope on the side of Outcast. They do have the Death Blossom. They're about to have the drum. They're about to have the beat, but they lost their Hanzo already. I should just shut up right now.
But the mine's coming down, trying to keep them off, but the shield used to wipe most of them away. Nifa is able to take out Kirk with that Death Blossom. Hibernate taking out Alfredo, but Nifa did fall in there, along with Gerbert going down now. Outcasts are losing players left and right, but looks like they are able to maintain just a slight bit. Chinote going down though, and they're continuing to hold, continuing to not let movement be had, but I don't think it's going to be lasting for super long as Kingster continues to get these kills coming in. It is now officially in overtime again, and I imagine we're going to be seeing a lot going on here. Chinote and Nifa going down, 2 Panda and Alfredo, Hyper Knight going down, and movements continue happening on the cart. We see Gerbert trying to come in, just get that contest on the Moira, but yeah, Kingsters continue to get those kills, and they are able to cap the point. But they do have 0 time on the clock, so there is definitely space to improve for the Outcast attack.
I'm starting to be convinced Panda has been hiding this Widowmaker all season, because I have seen almost nothing but headshots from him in the kill feed. So it really shows that maybe Panda just happened to be hiding this Widowmaker in his back pocket, and Chicken just happens to be a very annoying ball to help set it up. Either that, or Outcasts are just having a lot of trouble with Panda. Regardless, really good job there by King's Throw, and the Outcasts are close to being 3-1 by King's Throw. So, this is rough. If you're the Outcast, you have to make a big play right now. Pull out a pirate ship. Pull out, like, whatever you can. Pull out goats. Hack the game and pull out goats if you need to. But Outcasts need to make a big move right now if they want any chance of staying in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite say Panda's Widowmaker is necessarily impressive, but I would say it's definitely impressive for an off-tank to be coming onto that Widow, and is honestly matching the DPS you see on the Outcast. So it's not like it's, you know, Chicken's Doomfist or anything, but it's matching when you wouldn't really expect it to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing a nice double shield coming out from Kingster on the defense.
Double shield, double sniper, actually. But meanwhile, on the side of Outcasts,
I think they're messing.
Yeah, both their Torb and their Sim are dancing in spawn, so it's most likely they're going to be switching off of this. And what do you know, ladies and gentlemen? I called it pirate ship on the side of Outcasts.
Let's go. Let's get this pirate ship going. Let's see how this is going to be going. I do believe that they're going to be winning this first fight here. Just my current predictions coming in. Is this Bastion just putting in so much damage. Chicken going down is on the main tank now, but Panda is able to take out Joe. So apologize for that cough there. But they're continuing to make this progress. No contest really happening. And who is that I see way in the background? Is that Panda who's out near spawn?
He's trying to get Zoe back, trying to make sure he gets the point. But does that really matter? Not really. It's pretty much a 5v5 with the Bastion, because Bastion is just tearing up.
Oh, they're just now getting slowed down. Just now the contest is coming in, moving them off the point, but no kills coming in so far onto Outcast here. As I say that, Nifa goes down, but Alfredo and Chicken also go down, and the res is going to be coming onto that Bastion, and it looks like they're going to be continuing to roll here. They just need to take out Kirk, and they should be able to make it to a quick point A capture.
I've talked a lot about earlier how all these teams are exposing each other's weakness. Probably one weakness that Kingstro has running Panda on this DPS is they can't really counter a Bastion effectively, because Chicken is probably a more flexible player to be able to kill that Bastion. However, that being said, Panda has switched over to the Sombra. Will it be effective with this double shield, though? That is the big question that we have to figure out.
Yeah, so we're getting started here. The dive coming in onto the Bastion. Bunker trying to get some kills, but Alfredo goes down very quickly. And Panda's going to be retreating, trying to save some stuff. But the Dragons coming in is going to be kind of keeping them off the card a little bit and splitting them up. Panda's able to take out Nifa on that Bastion. And the Nano Tiva, which is not something you see a lot. Hyper Knight going down. It looks like they may be able to be beating back this Outcast pirate ship for once, but Joe is able to take out Shadow Dragon. They may end up getting enough space from these kills to reset up. We'll kind of have to see how it goes as they are fighting their time a little bit, waiting for the rest of their team to come back so they're at full strength. Here, the card is continuing to move.
Yeah, and Nifa's about to get set back up on that Bastion on the payload, so...
Oh, Chicken going down as well to Hayes is not looking super good. The window coming out to get in so much extra damage. Hibernite's taking out Alfredo, and they just continue to roll here. They've barely been stopped whatsoever. They've had like small blips in their progress, but overall it's coming in, and a huge nade coming as well, an EMP, and Nifa did go down. Panda also going down, but it looks like Outcast is still pretty much going strong. Diva Bomb coming in, is it gonna get? I think gets 3K. Perfectly placed Diva Bomb is able to take out that Bastion bunker, and it looks like King's Throw is finally going to be fully stabilized here, and I think this Bastion bunker may be a thing of the past now. We'll have to see what they do.
What heroes can't Chicken get a big kill streak on? What is going on? But really, that wasn't just Chicken, but all of King's Throw being able to destroy that immortality field that Outcast had. So really good job there by all of Outcast, and Chicken being able to hit that bomb. But regardless, now Outcasts are pretty much in trouble, because now they can't have that overpowered Bastion strat. They have to go back to the Reaper May.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how it goes here. The Primal Rage coming out is going to help split up some of the team as we see Niva way off by himself. Hayes does get a kill onto Panda though. And it looks like Niva has not fallen yet, which kind of surprised me as I say that Niva goes down. We get to see the Nano Diva again. They really trust Chicken so much. They pretty much always give the Nano to either him or Alfredo. The Death Blossom coming in the back from Joe is able to take out Kirk. Joe gets taken down, return to Gravitic Flux. Coming out from Hayes is able to take out Shadow Dragon, put a lot of damage onto the rest of King's Throw, which hopefully they can end up cleaning up some of them. As we see both of the tanks here on the card, Chicken taken out very quickly. I forgot about the roll switch. Alfredo going to be going down very soon, and they are going to be getting the kills they need and rolling on to point C. They're having a much better time bank. It's not quite as strong as it was originally, but they do have a better time bank than King's Throw had on their attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the big factor in that fight was Zoe was able to kill Kirk before the sound barrier was able to get off. But however, we have a big switch here on the side of King's Throw. They've decided to opt into a Pharah.
Oh, Joe gets caught out there.
Yeah, Panda switched over to the Pharah.
Oh, another Diva Bomb coming in. That came in so fast. I think there was a speed boost on that, but they were able to effectively use the Maywall to block it off. Nifa does go down though, but the dive is coming in, and it's doing a lot of damage. They rip apart the Outcast and get all those kills that they need, and it's looking like, yeah, they're going to be winning this fight here. And yeah, so I mean, the Diva Bomb did kind of go to waste there, but you know, they were able to very easily come in and use that as a bit of a distraction, clean up the rest of Outcasts.
You say it might have been a waste, however, it did bait out the Maywall from Nifa, so can we really consider it a waste?
No, I was mainly just talking and said it on accident, tried to backtrack very quickly as the dive comes in, and the Nano onto the Monkey is going to be putting in some damage here. The barrage coming down as well, damage coming in from all angles as they continue to take out the rest of the Outcasts, and they're looking very good right now. Gerbert is able to take out Kirk, but it's definitely not going to be enough here. They're looking very good right now. King's Throw is able to whittle off a lot of this attack.
King's Throw are being able to hold this very well, and Outcasts are just not finding an answer right now. They are coming in with 3 ults, so maybe there is a chance. It's very slim, but there is a chance that the King's Throw will be able to
Oh, the Blizzard coming out. It looks like they're going to be able to take out Alfredo off of it. Not much else, but now that Chicken is caught out because Alfredo is going down, didn't have much of a chance to escape. Hibernite did fall during that, along with Nifa going down, but you have taken out both those tanks. Panda going down next. Gerber using that Moira suck to really take them out of the fight there, and they continue to get movement on this payload. We do see Len in the background on that Sombra.
Yeah, he's setting up an EMP. You can actually see. He's probably going to EMP, and they're probably going to have Chicken try to get the bomb up. So It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yep, Dive coming in, the Nano coming out, the Gravitic Flux coming out, the Beat coming out, so many ults are coming out. The huge EMP hits everyone but Shinote, which is so vital, person to miss. But the Devon is able to help make up for that, is able to take out Nitha. Shinote is able to take out his opposite on Kirk. Hayes going down, Len going down, Alfredo going down. Kills are coming in from both sides. It's going to be Kingstar coming out on top there.
It's going to be a very close last fight here for Outcasts. They have a long way to push and only 2 ults to get it done. Alfredo does have the primal, and Panda is close to his second barrage. So we're going to see if Outcasts are able to finish Junkertown or King's Throw will be taking the match.
Yes, let's see if they complete this. It's gonna remind me of so many comp games I've played. The Primal Rage coming out, the Barrage coming out. Again, lots of getting thrown down. The Death Blossom coming out. So he'll take out Kirk, but Hayes going down. It's not looking too good for Outcast, I think. But yeah, Kingstar's continuing to take out those players, and it looks like it's going to be the end for Outcast very soon unless they can get the kills that they need, which they aren't getting, and that's going to be the end. And overtime is ticking down. No one's going to be able to touch.
And
So
that's
is.
it.
That's
Ladies and
Kingstar
gentlemen,
winning 3-1.
great job by King's Throw. All of their players were amazing. Chicken, Alfredo, Panda, Shadow Dragon, everyone. I could go on and on describing how well these players did. This is probably going to be like it's going to be that big Dragon Strike we saw earlier in the match.
Another one I have to save. I really don't save that many highlights from when I cast, but this game has been incredible.
Double kill.
Ugh. It's
Wow.
beautiful. You love to see it.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to hear that giant horn sound when the team kill happens. But really good job here by Kingstro, and also a really good job here by Outcast. They show that they are competent with Kingstro. However, just some bells and whistles that Kingstro had to go through, and they were all set to be able to take the match. So Kingstro, they are on the uprise, and now they are officially better than no. So, ladies and gentlemen, your future Outlet champions, hopefully. So, but Outcast, there is still a lot to look up to. You have a lot of games coming up. So we'll see if you're able to improve when you go into your next match. But Kingstro, you're looking strong. Keep it up, and you could sneak in a last-minute playoff spot.
Yeah, I'm speaking of next matches. I mean, so we have the Outcasts. They're going to be going up against Go Again in week 2, and Kingstar is going to be going up against No. So we'll see if that pans out. That the transitive properties of winning matches is going to hold true. I have a slight feeling it won't, but we shall see. And I'm excited to see if that does happen. Because if that is true, that'll be a huge upset.
Watch we cast that game, and somehow Kingstro were able to beat No.
Dude, I would be so there for it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Kingstro, there was a lot of bright spots, and really, the player of if I had to give a player of the match, Chicken is up there. There is no doubt. Chicken is up there. But if I had to, he is really good at his skill. However, if I was not allowed to pick Chicken, if Chicken was off the menu, I would really have to give it to the support play of Shadow Dragon. Shadow Dragon, his Ana was amazing in multiple different spots. His nades were ML7 quality. His performance was absolutely ridiculous. His sleeps were great. It's just, I couldn't think of a better support player to endorse than Shadow Dragon. So, but yeah, really good job overall by King's Throw. And hopefully they'll have a good match next week against No. Outcast, a lot to work on before you go up against Go Again, but it is possible to be able to get another victory on the board this stage.
I definitely think that they have a good chance to win that, because I mean, Go Again's like a fairly decent team, but they're more middle to low of the standings, and they've already taken out Otter Rockside, so they've shown that they have the potential to take out teams higher than them. So I definitely wouldn't count Outcasts out of that game for sure.
Absolutely. It might be another close game again. You might see another 3-2 like they did with Otter Rockside, but we'll have to see what the future holds.
Yeah, for sure. But for now, that is going to be it. Thank you guys for coming out for this cast and this amazing game. make sure to keep watching Owlet. We do have, I think, at least one game getting cast tomorrow, so make sure to tune in then.
Cause it's Taco Tuesday.